Hi, 7th grade jellyfish. We have two examples that we're going to do today. And this week, the computers are especially important because we have our benchmark coming up. And these skills are all things that you're going to need for your benchmarks. So this is kind of the last review, time to practice before those benchmarks do come up on Monday of next week. So first one, example 1 says, Miss K gave a fluency quiz to her class, and 78% of her students got a perfect score. If 117 students got a perfect score, how many took Miss K's fluency quiz? So I'm going to start to write down what I know. I see that this is a percent problem, so again, I'm going to identify my part, my percent, and my whole. Now, before I start, I can start putting in pieces, and then I'm just going to think about what are reasonable answers. So I know that 78% of the students got a perfect score, and I know that 117 students got a perfect score. It's asking me how many students took the fluency quiz. I don't know the total amount of students, so that's my whole. But I do know how many students got a 78%, which would be my part. I know that 117 students got 78% correct. So now if I'm thinking about this problem, I'm trying to think, what's my answer going to be? 117 students got a perfect score, and that represents 78% of the total students Miss K has. So I'm thinking that this whole number is going to be bigger than 117, because I know that at least 117 got a perfect score, so how many students didn't get a perfect score, and thus how many total students are there? So I can set up my equation. My part is 117, and it equals my percent, which I have to write as a decimal, so 0.78, and times my whole, which I don't know. So I have the equation 117 equals 0.78x. Now I want to get x by itself, or 1x. So in order to do that, I have to get rid of my coefficient. So I must divide each side by 0.78. Divide this side by 0.78. If you have not pulled up a calculator yet, pause this video and Google calculator on your Chromebook, and you can use a calculator to help me solve this problem. All right, if you're still watching this video, it's because you have calculator pulled up. So we're doing 117 divided by 0.78. And if you plug that into your calculator, you should get 150. And that's equal to x, or equal to our whole. So our answer is that 150 students took her quiz. 117 of them got a perfect score. It's example 1. Example 2, erase this. We'll read example 2. Example 2 says that Rajane had homework in 5 subjects. She spent 10 minutes on math, 5 minutes on literacy, and 15 minutes on social studies, 20 minutes on ELA, and 25 minutes on science. What percentage of her time was spent on social studies homework? So again, I'm going to do part, percent, and whole. Now I'm trying to find the amount of time she spent on social studies, and I know that social studies is a part of her homework. It's one of the 5 subjects. So our part right here is going to be social studies. And let's see, how many minutes did she spend on social studies? It says that she spent 15 minutes, so my part is going to be 15. The percent, I don't know. It's asking me for my percentage. And the whole, I don't know right now either. The whole is the total amount of time that she spent on all of her homework. The word problem doesn't tell me that, so I need to add up all of my different homework subjects. So I have 5, I have 15 minutes, I have 20 minutes, I have 25 minutes, and I forgot the first one, which was 10 minutes. So I'm going to add this up. 2 ways I can do it. We would be allowed for a calculator in this problem, so we could plug it into our calculator. Or we can trust our abilities to do this. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5, 15. 1 plus 1 is 2, 3, 5, 7. So I know that the whole is equal to 75 minutes. This represents the amount of time Rajane spent on her homework. So I want to find my percent. I can set up my equation. 15 is equal to my percent times my whole, which If we're writing it out, we have percent and then we have whole. But this looks silly. I never see x 75. I know that I'm multiplying these, so the order doesn't matter. So I'm just going to say that this is 75x because that looks more normal to me. Here, I'll make that look a little bit nicer. Now again, I want to get x by itself. So in order to do that, I need to get rid of my coefficient. I'm going to divide both sides by 75. And this is where I definitely want to use my calculator. 15 divided by 75, I plug that into my calculator, and I should get 0.2 equals x. Now I can't say that my percent is 0.2%. That doesn't make sense. Percents can be written as decimal, so I need to know what is 0.2 as a percent. Well, if I move that decimal point over 2 times, I know that that is 20%. So my answer is that Rajane spent 20% of her time doing her social studies homework. You have 4 more problems to do on your packet that are just like these. 2 of the problems you get you get answer choices, and then the last 2 you've got to figure out the answers without seeing any answer choices. Make sure to show all of your work. I know you have a calculator, but do show your part, percent, whole, and your equation. Good luck.